When I'm having a party in the summer, I like things that go together really fast to serve, because most of the time I'm in a rush and I don't want to spend hours in the kitchen. And one of my favorite things to do is make a quick little marinated mozzarella salad, especially when tomatoes are at their peak, which in the summer they always are. It's just really delicious. Everyone seems to love it, and it goes together in a snap. So I'm going to show you how to do it. You probably have a sense of how to do this anyway. A lot of stores offer pre-made mozzarella salads, but because it's so much easier to do it on your own, you can add your own flavorings, and it costs a lot less because you're not, paying for all that prep work. You just spend 5 minutes in the kitchen doing it however you want to do it. So I'm going to show you a basic one today. What I have is, it's about half a pound of ciliegine or bocconcini, which are these little tiny fresh mozzarella balls. They come packed in a sort of salt water and occasionally a little vinegar mix to keep them fresh. What you want to do is drain them because you don't want all that water in your salad. And because these are small, I'm not going to cut them, but if you had bigger ones, you might want to cut them in half. I'm just going to dump them into a little mixing bowl right here. And I'm going to add a pint of grape tomatoes that I've sliced in half. This way the marinade can kind of get into them a little bit more. Slicing them in half takes a minute and a half, so it's not too big of a deal. Just dumping those in. And now I have some fresh basil that I've chopped up. You don't even have to chop it really. What you can do, it's a really pretty look, is just take it and tear it with your hands into a bunch of little pieces and dump it in the bowl. I took the time to chop it because I was already cutting the tomatoes. I actually did a little chiffonade, and if you want to know how to do a chiffonade, I have another video on chiffonade. Go ahead and look for it. It's super simple and really pretty. This is a couple handfuls of basil that I've done a chiffonade on. I don't really know the amount, but just sprinkle it in until there's a nice balance between the green and the white and the red of the mozzarella, tomatoes, and basil. And then I like to add a little bit of chopped garlic. I would say this is about a teaspoon. It's already been chopped up. You can even use the pre-prepared chopped garlic if you're in a real rush. And then about a quarter teaspoon of red chili flakes to add a little bit of spice. Hit it with a sprinkling of kosher salt. That's probably about a quarter teaspoon of kosher salt. And then a drizzle of olive oil. I'm going to say this is probably about a quarter of a cup also. And then a splash or two of balsamic vinegar. And the vinegar is optional. Sometimes I like it, I want that extra sweetness and that tanginess, and other times I just want the simple, clean flavors of the tomatoes and the basil and the mozzarella. So that's really up to you what you want to do. This is a half tablespoon measure, so I'm going to do half a tablespoon and see how it looks, and I'm going to do a full tablespoon today. And if you watch my videos very often, you know I like to use my hands to toss things. Always use clean hands, you can always use a spoon, and in fact if it upsets you that I use my hands, I have a spoon. Toss it up with your spoon so everything's coated. Leave it in the fridge for 10 minutes. Serve it right away if you want to. You can leave it for up to an hour, even overnight. It's a really shelf-stable sort of dish, so it's not a big deal. You don't want to leave it more than a day, really, because then things start to break down, especially because of the vinegar, and it'll start to get mushy, and that's not very good. I'm also going to add a little pepper. Just a little black pepper to add that extra dimension of heat. So let me grab my pepper grinder. Back. As you probably noticed, I don't really like to measure things. If you do, that was probably a quarter teaspoon of ground black pepper. All right, it's all been tossed up. I'm just going to pour it into this bowl. And see, beautiful, lovely colors, excellent flavors. You could, drop a pile of this onto a bed of lettuce and serve it as just a regular, straightforward eat salad, or just have it on the side with some grilled meat, or just have it as an appetizer on an antipasti platter. Really simple, delicious summertime fare.